Professor Black Ops, you said, let's get it. DNS shadowing, something new I learned too. Hackers are using it to take over sites. You see it right there in the thumbnail. Browser goes to the subdomains. The subdomains directs you to a site that system's compromised and the bad guy owns it. So let's look at the quick article. Domain shadowing becomes more popular among cyber criminals. Threat analysis by Palo Alto Networks, Unit 42, discovered that the phenomenon of domain shadowing might be more prevalent than previously thought, uncovering 12,197 cases while scanning the web between April and June of 2022. Domain shadowing is a subcategory of DNS hijacking, where threat actors compromise the DNS of legitimate domain to their own host subdomains for use in a malicious activity, but do not modify the legitimate DNS entries that already exist, right? So usually you have a host domain, a main one, then there's usually subdomains like /HR, /training, /development, right? So they're going to hijack one and send you to a compromised website. These subdomains are then used to create malicious pages on the cybercriminal server, while the domain owner's website pages and DNS remains unchanged. The owner does not realize that they have been breached. In the meantime, threat actors are free to host C2 command and control addresses, phishing sites, and malware-dropping points, abusing the good reputation of the hijacked domains by bypassing security checks. Attackers can theoretically change the DNS records to target users and owners of the compromised domains, but they typically prefer to take the stealthy path described above. Right, yeah, so if you took over Walmart.com, but you start using Walmart.com slash hardware or some other site where when they click on it, right, it's going to send you to the bad guy site. It's hard to detect. Unit 42 explains that detecting real cases of domain shadowing is particularly challenging, which makes the tactics so alluring for perpetrators. The analysts mentioned that Virus Total marked only 200 domains as malicious out of the 12,197 Palo Alto detected uncovered. So out of 12,000, Virus Total only caught 200. Most of the 151 of Virus Total detection was related to a single phishing campaign using network of 64 non-shadow domains and 16 compromised websites. Furthermore, phishing pages hosted on domains with good reputation would appear trustworthy to a visitor, causing them more likely to submit data on that page. Shadow phishing campaigns discovered by Palo Alto researchers compromised 16 domains to create 649 subdomains, hosting bogus login pages, redirecting, pointing to phishing accounts. So that shows you the FQDN of all the sites they found. IP addresses, first seen, last seen, how long they were active. One said 9 years. Wow. 19 years. So the subdomains that redirect to phishing sites can easily bypass email security filters, as they don't host any malicious and have benign reputation. The threat actors target Microsoft account credentials. While the URL is clearly not related to Microsoft, it won't trigger warnings from internal security tools. Yeah, that's crazy right there. That's like elite package. Like I said, you coming into Microsoft talking about worker school account. In one case, the domain owners realized the compromise, but not before numerous domains had been created, facilitating malicious operation in their infrastructure. Sorry to see, we have been hacked, compromised. While protection from rogue subdomains is responsibility of the domain owner, registrars, and DNS service provider, it wouldn't be prudent for users always to be wary when submitting data. This includes the possibility of subdomain of a well-known domain can be malicious for users to double-click everything before they submit credentials and other sensitive information. So once again, DNS shadowing as part of DNS hijacking. But let's look. I created a quick DNS web page for DNSSEC. So just real quick, what you could do is using DNS security, which is a lot of people don't use it. It's more of a federal thing right there. At the top, you just go to the root, like they said, to the subdomains. But here with DNSSEC, you actually have a verification trust anchor, which is just keys, right? So they're a hash in comparison. So if the company created that hash key DNS, so if a hacker created a subdomain right there for domain shadowing, if he didn't have the hash keys, they wouldn't match, right? That way you would know it was put in by a bad actor or a hacker or somebody in your site just didn't know what they're doing. But at least it would trigger, because hopefully they wouldn't have that data key or root key, whatever you use, or hash. They're using hash comparison, one-way hash, right? So it would be hard for the hacker to actually steal the domain and steal the root key, right? It's kind of like MFA. You have to have two parts to it. So once again, watch out for that shadowing. Look up that DNSSEC. A lot of people don't use it, but once again, it's a federal thing. DNS shadowing. Beware of that. Hackers are using that to take advantage of your website. Professor Black Ops, please subscribe.